He fixed
it,
and there we go.
Jump right out the gates.
So Alistar and Karthus, the bans, the pre-lobby bans, we've seen that every game so far. I think as far as these bans are concerned, we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. Riven, Urgot, Kinnan, Shin, Soraka, very, very quick bans going on. They know exactly what they want to do.
Think about this.
Yeah, these guys are raring to play. Nautilus being banned out, so neither team going to have Nautilus this time. The team.
Those pretty much the same bans except for the Nautilus. Nautilus is the only one that's been left open, and Janna was the other one. Nat actually said that in his little interview that he did, is that they left open, or they banned Janna because they didn't want to have it. So they did have that. Now the Janna is actually open, and they are going to be able to pick that up. They are picking up Graves. Clearly, he's played 3 times now. 3 times he's been playing Graves. That's just awesome. And they are picking up Maokai, which has been so strong in this tournament, just the same. And they actually left Vlad open, and Vlad wasn't first picked by either team. Oh my gosh, Vlad and Nocturne. Oh my. Oh my. That is silly. They left those. That is going to be devastating, I think. Well, actually, they did win. And did they have Vlad and Nocturne last game too? Didn't they? They did. Darius was on Vlad, and they had an odd one on Nocturne. Yeah,
you're absolutely
and I guess they're just, whatever, take whatever you want. We're going to beat you with what we got. But that is, those 3 picks have been banned and picked almost every single game of this tournament.
100%. They're very, very strong. Oh, switching over to Morgana. We may see another Reggie Morgana.
Hold up. Just kidding, guys.
These team comps look familiar. These team comps look familiar so far.
Very, very familiar so far.
Is Nat going to pick out his Sona, his Nunu, or his Blitzcrank? I would love to see a Blitzcrank right here.
I hope some Blitz, but I don't know.
Jax again, Wings of Death showing us a very, very strong Jax last game.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty much the same comps. So, like, fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another AP Galio.
Pretty much the same comps.
So right now, you know, Evo is being very, very smart right now. They're waiting. They're actually waiting for their let me find my words real fast. They're waiting to pick their support last, because Nat was just in here and he was talking to us about how important it is, you know, to pick the right support.
Yep.
You know, he's looking to see what their AD carry is. He doesn't want to pick certain supports into certain AD carries, and Kog'Maw, Ezreal being cycled through. Maybe an Ezreal? Will we see an Ezreal?
I'm surprised they're not. You know, they did nerf the damage a little bit on Cog's ulti, but I still don't think that's for like AP Cog. But I really don't think that really deters him as AD champion. I still think he's very good as an AD. I'll have to talk to Klopp and see what he thinks, but I still think Cog's going to be great for AD.
Yeah, and Ashe is being picked up there from TSM. That will be in the hands of Chaos with his support special as Janna. Ashe Janna is a very, very, very great lane.
A strong lane.
Extremely strong. And we'll see. It'll be against Graves. Question mark, question mark, question mark right now. We'll see what Nat decides to pick up. A few seconds left. Dyrus picking out Mundo. So we're going to have Mundo in the jungle with Vladimir up top, Morgana in the mid, and Ashe and Janna down bottom. First time we've seen Mundo actually picked up here.
Evo pretty much goes to the exact same team, except for the jungler. They had Nautilus last game. So they literally have the exact same team, but Nautilus has been replaced by this Maokai. And
Maokai?
I don't know, man. Who do you think is going to win?
I like TSM's comp a whole heck of a lot. I mean, we've seen the strength of the Vlad Morgana, and now they're going to couple that with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow from Ashe. Mundo's going to be running around just hitting things with cleavers and his fists. I really like them right now. You know, and Mundo is really strong as well, just because his Burning Agony reduces the amount of CC. You know, so the Galio ultimate, he's gonna be able to break out of that relatively freely. He's gonna be able to break out of the Twisted Advance from Maokai. He's gonna be able to break out of the Slow from Nunu. It's just a lot of CC on TSM.Evo is gonna not be as effective, you know, on Mundo, of course. So a great pickup there by the odd one. This is a patch of Darius, so he has been nerfed. He has, I think he heals for 10% less on his ultimate now.
Something. I think it actually might be 20% at the final level.
Really?
I think it might be. I can't say exactly how much. I can't recall correctly, but it's between 10 and 20%. I believe it's quite. I think it might be 10, 15, 20. something
Really?
like that. Or no, I think it actually goes reverse. I think at the beginning levels maybe. I can't remember which way to go. Either way, ulti was nerfed. That's why we saw a little bit of a Mundo change. But the Europeans were actually banning Mundo every single time still.
It's 10%. People saying 10%.
10%? Okay. They were still banning him every single time. They really just didn't even want to deal with him. No one from Europe even considered it. They was always banned. He was gone. And that's really it.
Yeah.
We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, though, just before we get into this game. And that is it. We'll be right back.
We are here.
We
Game
are
3.
here. Finals.
TSM.Evo.
Yep.
Let's get it done.
Sorry, we were a little bit excited there.
We were.
So we kind of like talked over each other a little bit. We're like, oh, exciting. Hey, look, Nat, face checking. Morgana's right there. The binding's actually going to miss. Unable to pick that up. That would have been sure first blood. They did have Chaos right there. And he is on Ashe, which has a devastating 100% crit pretty much at level 1. And the volley, which would have done so much damage. Unfortunately, they're unable to land that.
TSM being the aggressors here right now, while TSM.Evo is just going to kind of sit in their own jungle by their red buff. Just sitting around, being very careful with this engage now. I believe, I would probably most definitely say, I don't think that works very well.
Probably.
TSM
most
has
definitely.
the superior level 1 comp here. You know, with the crit, the Infected Cleaver, the Dark Binding, the Sanguine Pool, the Janna hasn't picked up a skill yet, but it could be a Tornado, could be a Zephyr. It would be unfortunate for TSM.Evo to get caught out of position here. You know, but we saw first game, TSM.Evo picked up 4 kills to 1 in a very, very early first blood kind of team fight and still lost. You know, so never count anyone out. TSM's just been playing very, very well. Evo playing very well as well. Really excited to see this game. $10,000 on the line.
10,000 bucks.
These players have got to be a little bit nervous.
Of course, this is the match that's going to determine everything. I mean, why wouldn't you be nervous? I couldn't even pronounce determined. I'm so nervous. Oh, Resonating Smite going to be landing on that. They do know Maokai has to start sappling, so he is a little bit weaker. He doesn't have that Twisted Advance, so they know they can add a little pressure to him. They're all going to try to go up. They are going to try to stop him from getting this. They are going to try to do this. They're going in. He is going to actually have to back out because they are not in position to really do anything. They are going to delay the laning phase a bit, but if they deny this Maokai, the blue, he's really going to be in trouble. And they have Reginald. This might get blown? I believe it did. And they are going in. Unstoppable is taking a lot of damage. KX they've actually proved to stop this. This is a 4 versus 3, and they've managed to stop them completely. This is great. And we don't even have any laning phases. Look. They're just sitting there. They're fighting over that blue over and over and over again. And we're finally going into laning phase, coming in at 240 seconds. I mean, some junglers are close to clearing by now. Let's look at Mundo. Already level 2.
Yeah, Mundo's going to have a little bit of an advantage there just because Maokai got stopped so hard. Wings of Death jumping onto Darius with his Counter-Strike active. Darius does flash the stun, though, so he's going to be okay there. If you're getting lagged right now, try popping out the player. Try pausing, unpausing. We do usually get this in the first 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay. We apologize. It's kind of it's out of our hands. Nothing we can do about it. So just try some different tips and tricks, and hopefully you'll get lag-free experience here in just a second. Again, Ashe and Janna and Reggie here just bullying the blue buff, not wanting Unstoppable to get it. He finally does get it, but he gets Dark Binding on the Tormented Soil. Reggie's trying to pick this up. The exhaust does come out on Afro Mu. Chaos is forced to flash into the enemy jungle. He's very, very deep right there. Nat goes down to a Dark Binding and Tormented Soil. In the meantime, Saucy getting hit by Infected Cleavers from the Odd One. Odd One is level 2 with red buffs. That's very, very scary. Afro trying to take Reginald with a few auto attacks. Afro may pay for this though. A great Dark Binding over the wall will kill Afro Mu. After the entire enemy team follows up, Wings of Death and Dyrus in the meantime up top. Dyrus is being ignited by Wings, but it looks like they're going to separate, go to their separate corners, and wait and live to fight another day right there.
Such aggressive play early. They know denying Maokai Blue that early was just really screwed up their whole team so far. I mean, TSM has already got 2 kills. They're up 1,600 gold already. I mean, this has been working out in their favor extremely well. Yeah,
that flash Dark Binding over the wall by Reggie was absolutely clutch. What a great play right there. He is really shining with Morgana, 100%. He is landing some skill shots. We've seen him play Morgana at some other stages this weekend so far, and I haven't been as impressed as I am today.
Yeah.
Today he has been 100% with him. He's landing great binds. He's been zoning very, very well. Just really, really showing the strength of Morgana, showing why she's such a high priority pick and ban in this current day.
Well, Sane also did a really great job of just showing like the power of those bindings, what they can accomplish in the games from CRSEU.
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited right now to see this game. 2-0 right now for TSM. 1.2k gold lead. Farm Graves only has 8 CS to Ash's 13 right now, but Ash, you know, she was paramount in the whole bullying blue buff thing, you know. So Afro, a little bit behind in CS. He did go down to the great Dark Binding by Reggie, but back in lane now. They're going to start that little farm fast, and we saw how strong the Afro, Nat, Graves, Nunu was last game. So never count them out. That Blood Boil is going to do so much work for them as the game goes on. The increased attack speed on Graves is really, really incredible. Mid lane, 19 CS on Morgana, 1-0-1. Saucy 0-0-0 with 22 CS. CS absolutely even right there, but Reggie again got an early kill and an early assist to put him just a little bit ahead. He has amassed 1,700 gold, while Saucy is sitting about 1,200, so already a 500 gold difference on those 2 carries alone.
Yeah, it is a huge difference. I mean, this is like kind of what we saw last game with Afro being so ahead, but now he's going to be a little bit behind because he is 0-1, and KX actually has those 2 assists, and he's out CSing him by around 10.
Yeah, but I mean, again, we saw game 1. You can be up 3 kills and still lose.
Oh,
you know?
Easily.
It's all about team fights.
They had a 4-1 exchange. I mean, they got 4 kills. They almost had an ace.
Yeah,
they almost had an Asu.
They almost Asu'd at level 1.
Asu.
They couldn't quite pick it up, but TSM did come back to win that game. Fantastic game. Game 2, Afro did a great job with himself and Nunu there on Graves. Really, really strong play. And then it's all these past 2 games really have boiled down to the AD carries. I mean, Chaos on Corki in game 1 was absolutely devastating. I believe he ended up going like 9-1 or 9-0.
Yep.
Really, really strong. And then Graves, you know, Afro saying, "Oh, I can do that too. I can do that too. I'm okay." Showing some fantastic play, some positioning, and a lot of right-clicking.
A lot of right-clicking. He's so good at right-clicking. AD carries, honestly, right-clicking isn't like it's kind of like I'm mocking it up like, oh, right-clicking, but honestly, right-clicking the correct targets, having the pinpoint accuracy to change targets and click exactly where you need to is actually really hard, and that's where you can really see the difference between a good AD carry and a bad AD carry. Is someone who can CS, someone who can pick up targets in team fights really well. That's the true power of an AD carry, and of course, positioning.
Yeah, 38 CS on Ash to Graves 31 CS. It looks like Special and Chaos are actually doing a great job of using volley to their advantage and the damage shield from Eye of the Storm to try to zone Afro and Nat just a little bit. There's Zephyr coming out. Afro takes a lot of damage. He is going to be able to quick draw out of the way. He does get slowed, but this again, Nunu is not a sustained support whatever. So whatever damage you put onto Graves and Nat and Nunu is going to stick.
Yeah.
You know, unless they burn a potion, it is going to be there. You know, it is the same thing with Janna and Ash pre-level 6. Of course, Monsoon does have a nice little heal to it. You don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn it all the time. It's nothing like a Soraka heal. It has, of course, a very long cooldown. Nothing like a Sona heal. But it's way more than Nunu has. You know, Nunu can sustain himself with Consume, I suppose, but he has to take CS away. Wings doesn't get hit by Hemo Plague here, but Dyrus decides actually not to dive that. Yeah, Consume will keep him up a little bit, but that means he has to take CS away from his AD carry, and that's, you know, that's very important. You know, the
CS is important.
CS is important.
CS kind of a big deal.
CS real good.
Kind of the way you get gold.
Yeah, exactly. Now up top, Wings does go back after that little trade of Hemo Plague against Dyrus. Unstoppable going to soak up some of the CS and soak up some of this experience here. He is just reached level 5. He's still got a long way till level 6. Dyrus, on the other hand, I believe he is going to be level 7. He has gotten 66 CS so far. Jax only has 44. Ooh. So Dyrus doing really, really well against Jax.
He's doing work.
It's a mirror match of what we saw last game, but it was kind of the exact opposite. Wings was doing a lot of work against Dyrus, and now we're seeing Dyrus do a lot of work against Wings. It's been pretty much the jungle pressure has been a little bit different. We saw Nautilus go up top a lot against Dyrus' Vladimir, and Maokai so far hasn't visited the lane too much. He hasn't gotten his passport stamped up there just yet.
Yeah. It's good little thing you just said right there. I like that. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are seeing that Maokai is just a little bit behind now. He's going to start picking that up back up because he's going to start getting those gold pretends. He's got his Philosopher's Stone now, so he's going to get back in the game because he was ever so far behind early game. He wasn't getting really any luck, you know. They took him, they baited his blue. He was so slow where Mundo was just like, well, I already have an insanely fast clear time. How about I go take everything from you, roam around the map, and just generally dominate him in the jungle? But he is actually level 5, so he is keeping up, and he's starting to get those GB10s. So we are going to see the return of the Maokai.
Yeah, and if anyone could do it, Unstoppable is a great jungler. You know, he's proficient with many champions coming out of that forest, and Maokai, you know, is just strong. So strong. He's a hard stun. He has a hard snare, rather. He has a great knock-up in the form of Arcane Smash. His ultimate can be absolutely brutal in team fights, you know. Mitigating. I want to say it's 20% damage. Let me make sure I get that number right.
It's 20%.
20% damage from all non-turret sources. And that can be the difference between life or death, 100%.
Like, to actually have a team fight in that, it's straight up just having 20% more HP on every single one of your characters. That's essentially what it translates to.
And when we're talking, you know, big pro teams, they know that. They know not to fight in the Maokai ultimate.
Yeah.
So as soon as it comes down, they'll try to scatter and get to better positioning. But if a great Maokai player and great teamwork can actually use that to their advantage, they can give themselves better positioning like that. They can say, look, we don't really want to fight in this choke point. Here's a Maokai ultimate. You guys are going to make the move and run out of the choke point, and then we're going to be able to get you there. You know, so it's just a deterrent. You know, it's like, oh, we don't want to fight in this, but at the same time, that may be fortuitous positioning for TSM. But if Maokai's ult is in that positioning, then they're not going to want to fight in it. You know, it's going to be it's going to deter them from doing that. Up top, Dyrus picks up a Hextech Revolver and a Giant Spell. Wings of Death has a Vamp Scepter and Doran's Blade. It looks like he's going to be rushing a Bilgewater Cutlass. It's always
most likely. I mean, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, good build on Jax, I would say.
Yep.
RoG take a little bit of damage here from Saucy's Galio. Neither of them have had the chance to roam, really. In Game 2, Saucy was pretty much relegated to staying mid lane and farming.
Yep.
Reggie was able to roam and able to pick up kills. Neither of them making any moves to either exterior lanes at this current point in time. No ganks really coming off anywhere either. So slightly a more passive game. Both teams know exactly what's on the line. They know that $10,000 is on the line, so they're not gonna really. You know, one team fight, one kill can change the entire outcome of the game. So no one wants to make that mistake. Everyone is playing passively. Unstoppable coming up here for a gank onto Dyrus, but he kind of just walks into lane. And I don't think they're going to go ahead and do that. In the meantime, Mundo sees that that Maokai is up top, going to steal these wraiths here. Oh, it looks like he's going to come up top to the golems, and it might have a two-on-one situation.
Most likely going to dive him here.
There's a cleaver on Unstoppable. A great little just check back deke right there. Will avoid the cleaver and the slow and the percentage-based damage, forcing Maokai. Maokai is going to go back at this current point in time. Afro taking some damage, but nicely quick drawing away from that Cyclone. In the meantime, Oddone is going to take that red buff. Afro getting slowed, and the extra damage from Eye of the Storm is adding up. You know, as we said, the damage you put on will stick. You know. Afro has no potions right now, so they know that whatever damage that they put on right now is going to stay there. It's not going to go away unless he goes back and gets a potion. No way to heal himself in that lane, except for maybe a little bit of,
auto-attacking.
Auto-attacking, of course, but sometimes you can't do that. Oh, Soul Shackles and Flash, very aggressive here for RoG. Oh, he throws down the ultimate to try to mitigate some of the damage that's going to be coming onto him, but it is not going to be enough. That was a 3-on-1 situation there, and Maokai goes down rather handily.
Speaking of no roaming, what's up, Reginald?
Yeah.
Wild Reginald appears.
And see, exactly, look, Saucy's still in mid lane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Saucy just now finishing and being able to push that lane in. So RoG, the first one to leave mid, first one to pick up a kill out of it. So Saucy a little bit behind now. RoG has 2 kills, 1 assist, 114 CS to Galio's 106 CS. So, you know, they're both farming efficiently.
Aggressive win style.
Yes.
That's what's happening right now with Regibro.
It is. It is. They're both farming efficiently.
They are.
But RoG's roaming to pick up that kill is going to put him ahead, of course.
Well, we do have
3,600 gold on Galio to a 4,700, almost 4,800 on Morgana right now. That is a huge difference this early in the game.
Anyways, though.
That's a Zanyas. He's already got Zanyas. No big deal. Just doing it. Especially actually flashes and gets a Monsoon on Nat and Afro right back into the tower. Mundo is here for this gank as well. He's slowing Nat with the infected cleavers. They're going to be able to pick up that kill. Afro is going to run down and try to, I don't know if he's going to try to juke right here. I think he may just try to take Special down with him, or he could try to tower dive and give the kill and no assist, only to his Special. Will he die in time? A volley does come out. He decides to go back in with quick draw and buckshot, trying to make collateral damage work for him, but it doesn't quite do it, and he's going to go down a 2-for-0 exchange in the favor of TSM. 5 kills to 0. 5K gold up right now. They're looking pretty good.
5K gold up to 15. That's pretty great lead at this time in the game. I mean, this is when you really can utilize your snowballing nature. Champions like Vladimir too. Vladimir can snowball really well, and you actually have a little engage here. Wings of Death and him trading back and forth. Dyrus is going to zone him out of the top lane, and he's actually going to burn Ghost here to try to go away. I guess he's a little bit scared of someone coming in from the side possibly and picking him up, but we do have Dyrus playing very aggressively, farming the lane right there between the 2 towers and actually moving to take gold, because this is exactly Dyrus' playstyle. He does the exact same stuff on Singed. He will sit there and deny your top lane, and it's just no fun. And while all that's going on top lane, we do have them switching to Dragon, picking it up. Free Dragon, what we talked about before, things that are free, always
right
nicer.
There. I know,
always
they're so nice. They're so nice.
I love free stuff, and I guarantee they love that gold that they just got for that free Dragon.
Yeah, and Wings decided to burn Ghost there just to be on the safe side. He was so low that and he already burned his ultimate, so he wasn't able to get the bonus MR and armor if Dyrus decided to engage, but I'm pretty sure a full combo flash from Dyrus would have taken down Jax. So he said, let's be on the safe side, because he has Ghost. He doesn't have flash. Dyrus can instantly cover that distance that it would take, Wings to slowly build up to speed with the Ghost to cover, if that makes sense. Dyrus could have just flashed, done full combo, and taken down Jax. So Wings, just to be on the safe side, does burn that Ghost. No big deal. It's better than dying, really. Especially to Dyrus on Vladimir, who is exceptionally, adept at playing that champion. You don't want to get him fed. I know we had the interview with Oddone yesterday that basically said their strategy for winning every game is to not let Dyrus feed, but instead get fed himself.
Get him big, because Dyrus really knows what to do. That's also a thing that a characteristic that you need to adapt to your playstyle. You need to know what your abilities are when you're fed, because really utilizing those kills when you're ahead is how you get even more ahead, which sounds like the most obvious thing ever, but people don't really realize it. They don't realize their strength sometimes and how much power they hold, and sometimes they overestimate their strength, and they go too far and they die, and that's how people get back into the game, because as we know, the killing sprees are worth a lot of gold, and they can worth a lot of experience too, so getting those killing sprees is huge. So basically, you gotta know how to play when you're ahead.
Yeah, and look at this again. Saucy has not left mid lane. And here's RoG again. Guess where he is? He's down bot. There is a ward right there because they were scared of that exact same thing happening again. So a great ward right there from TSM.Evo. But Saucy, he's not even gonna take down this mid turret. RoG's roaming for free right now. Wings of Death is gonna get Hemoplagued up top. He is gonna take a lot of damage, forcing the flash from Dyrus, falling to about 90 health right there. Wings kind of sad. Would have loved to pick up that kill, of course. Just one more extra auto attack. Just a few more extra minion hits. But Dyrus is going to be okay and get out of there. Just Saucy's still in mid. I think that's the biggest factor in this game, and it's been the biggest factor in the last few games. Saucy's played AP Galio. this game and last game, and he never really left lane. You know.
No, I mean, oh, I do have an initiating going on here, Jack. So the Cleaver is going to land, the Bind is going to land, and Wings of Death most likely about to drop down. Yep, and there it is. Actually, the Soul Shackles Tether is going to go out, going to get a secondary stun, and the Flash is unable to get that. Mundo is going to dive in. Reggie is going to tank that tower for him, and that's going to be a 2-0 pickup. Saul's going in with the dive. He's blowing the ultimate. He's going to go down, but the Mundo has that passive that he's not going to take increased tenacity, so he's going to go down. He's getting lots of minion damage. Is he going to be able to pick him up? Understand? Oh my god. No, he's not going to be able to get him. He's going to get away, and then Salsa's going to run back into tower because he can't fight this Vladimir just right now. He's going to use that Resolute Smite to slow him to get away.
Yeah, great play by Odwin there. He was slowing, and he basically peeled Maokai off of chasing Reggie. Not Maokai, Salsi. I apologize. On Galio, he peeled Galio off of chasing Reggie because Reggie had like a health. Like Reggie was super low. One more Righteous Gust, one more Resolute Smite, heck, one more punch with those giant gargoyle fists, and Reggie would have been dropped and gone down there. But a nice effective cleaver straight into a dark binding, locked Galio in place, and they were both able to escape. Great teamwork and great communication there. You know. Yeah. And we saw the strength of that Burning Agony, just like we said, a great pickup into Galio, because that he wasn't taunted for long at all. You know, Galio's ultimate scales with the damage that he tanks while he's in that stone form.
Yep.
And I think Odd1 may have auto-attacked him once.
Maybe. It was literally like, done. That's it.
And because he has Merc Treads, he has the passive as Burning Agony. I think it reduces by 30%. So he's sitting at basically, it's 65%. CC reduction, because tenacity I think is on a 1-to-1 percentage-based ratio. I don't know why they don't put it on a percentage thing, but that's okay. Salsi is going to get dove underneath his own tower. The Soul Shackle stun will land. The Hemo Plague will take him down. Morgana does get the last hit on him. Right now, TSM, I guess they're a little low, but I could see a Baron in their near future.
Yeah. Definitely, they have such a massive lead right now. They have almost, probably with this tower, if they are managing to get it, it looks like they're going to be unable to, but that would have put them around 10k gold lead, which is absolutely massive. 10k gold.
Wings of Death blowing Ghost. He wants to engage here. Reggie does burn his Dark Binding and Black Shield right there. Wings engages onto Mundo. Not the greatest target in the world, I don't think, but I guess he had no other option right there, and he's going to be deterred. So he just blew his summoner spells to try to clean up, try to come and be the janitor with his push broom, but he was not able to do it. Kind of sad by there.
Yeah, they have to grasp for something. They have to get something going here, because if they don't get any kills, if they don't turn this game around, if they don't get a good initiation somewhere in this game is just going to be over. And we do have a little bit of aggressiveness going on here in middle. They are going to try to pick up the CS, maybe try to do some damage to KX here, but they are just going to back off. But as we're talking about, they really do need something. They need to make plays happen. That's how they're going to get back in this game. And that's what he was trying to do. That's when he busted his ass down there, and he really tried to get in there.
Not having a single kill at the 21-minute mark, almost the 22-minute mark, is disheartening. You know, this game is just like any sport.
It'll ruin
mental.
your morale.
It's mental as well. Yeah, it's all about morale. It's all about keeping spirits up. But if you if these players tab right now and say, "Oh, it's 8-0," that affects you. You know, regardless of how stone faced you feel like you are, being down 8 kills and not is rough. It's really rough.
Oh. Matt gonna get caught right there. Are we gonna see the Soul Shackles go out? We are. He's standing in the pool. He pretty much knows he's dead, and he's just gonna go down. Unfortunately, he's trying to. He even placed a ward so carefully just right there, and Reginald was sitting there waiting so patiently for him, and then walked in, face checked. Unfortunately, Reginald was already waiting, and he fell down.
Yeah, so we're pretty much seeing Mundo 3-0-1. Apparently, the nerfs weren't didn't really matter. You know?
No, well then. It all depends. I mean, people usually get really over-exaggerated about nerfs. Like, a nerf happens, like Ari's getting her base damage nerfed, and everyone's going to go, oh my god, Riot, what are you doing? And like, the amount played on that champion will drop down massively, when in reality, she's probably a little bit on the strong side of competitive play. As you can see, she's picked almost every game still, and she's so good overall, you know, even if you nerf a bit. Same with Galio. He got nerfed. He got picked again too, and he's been doing good. You know, despite them having not such a good game right now. Last game he did a lot of damage. Lots of damage is still being dealt by that Resolute Smite despite being nerfed.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about Reggie and his playstyle is that he has no qualms about blowing his decently long cooldown ultimate to secure 1 kill. You know, in a 1-on-1 situation, as we saw down bot with Nat. He wants the kills. He wants the gold, and he goes for it. You know, if he gets the kill on that down bot with the soul shackles, you know, and a team fight breaks out, you know, a minute later, they may be at a slight disadvantage, but you know he's okay with that. You know, he just wanted that initial kill. He wanted that little gold value, and he's showing it. He's doing really, really well right now. TSM looks like they're lining up for a Baron, or at least they're going to pretend like they're going for a Baron. They may just go ahead and bait this fight. Someone does start it. They have a quick Baron. Mundo's infected cleavers actually deal percentage-based health damage on single targets, so they can do Baron pretty quickly. He can just spam those cleavers, I think it is 3% or something. That's the wrong ability. Oh, it's 15%. I apologize.
It's quite high. So I was like 3%. I was like, oh, it doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's a little bit higher than that. RoG taking a little bit of damage from Baron there, trying to get the poke off. They're just going back, clearing wards, all that kind of great stuff. It looks like they are going to be transitioning middle here, or possibly bringing it back over to Baron and try to, you know, hold that area. But they are going to indeed push down middle, and this is going to be a possible team fight. Maybe Evo can pick up some kills here, and maybe if TSM gets a little bit aggressive, this is how they're going to make their comeback.
Here they are, Reggie zoning out. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes out and actually just field goals the entire team, not hitting anyone. I haven't really seen that even used this entire game.
I think that was my first arrow I've
Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
24 minutes, first arrow.
And if you can be up 9-0 without ever using an Enchanted Crystal Arrow, you're
doing something right.
You're doing something right. You're definitely doing work. Because that's usually the game changer. That's usually the team fight maker. And I guess we haven't really seen a 5-on-5 team fight yet. I think it is going to be in our near future, though. So we'll see what happens underneath this turret. TSM is just sieging this turret so hard. Chaos is raining down that damage from afar. The Janus shield is put onto Odd One so he can tank it just a little bit longer. That turret is about half health. One more siege like that inhibitor turret will go down, and TSM will be able to walk freely into the TSM.Evo base.
Well, apparently we are awful worst casters of all time, and we should be fired because this is the second time that arrow has been used. So unfortunately, we didn't recall it instantly, and
Odd One is going to blow his ultimate. I think it's really just to burst down this tower as much as possible. Graves putting out a lot of damage onto Chaos, even through that black shield, of course, because that does not protect from physical damage, and that is all that Graves is, you know, aside from his canister, really. So that's not going to help him. It was just there, of course, to stop any CC that may have been put onto Chaos. But the right clicking from Afro, too strong through that black shield. Right now, Wings is a little bit separated from his team. Don't know how this is going to go. The Infected Cleaver whiffs, doesn't land on anyone right there. Afro is very separated as well. We'll see what happens here. Odd One is going to engage upon this. Counter engage from TSM.Evo, or just a disengage. Actually, the collateral damage in Buckshot, taking Reginald to about a quarter health. Wings of Death jumps onto Reginald, gonna take him down. The Zanyas will actually save Reginald right there. He shuts him down, gets that extra gold in his pocket right now. The Monsoon is healing people up. Dyrus goes down from Galio, but Galio goes down as well. The posthumous Hemo Plague does take him down. Nat will fall to the volley. The Burning Agony is doing a lot of work right now. This is going to be a 4-for-2 exchange right now. 3-for-2 actually. A nice flash, quick draw from Afro. Puts a lot of distance between himself and his pursuers. Great team fight right there from TSM. Even though that Reggie was really not in that fight.
Yep.
That's a big thing to notice. Afro taking so much damage. One more auto attack will take him down. Unstoppable now in a tricky situation right here underneath his own turret. He falls as well. That is an ace. Definitely an inhibitor. And I think they're going to pull back after that. They're a little bit too low. I don't think they're going to be a Baron.
People are spawning right now. Galio and Nuno are up right now. They can use that moves buff, but I believe they're going to get that before they go back. Indeed, they will. And that's going to be... They're in trouble here because look how low they are. They could see a forced Baron fight right from... Evo right now. They could be pushing towards that if their Graves gets up, and actually, well, they're not really chasing them, so that's kind of out of the question now. But generally in that situation, if they push and they're that low, you can force Baron, because if you chase them and they're not allowed to back and your guys spawn, that's like forcing a Baron with them already at half HP. It's amazing. And a lot of teams will do that. But it looks like the timers didn't really line up so well, so they couldn't really go for that choice, so I guess they decided not to chase, and they're just going to go back and, you know, oh well, we lost on hip, let's go from here.
Yeah, their deaths were just a little bit too staggered to go ahead and try that strategy out. And it's just... TSM.Evo, Wings of Death was able to zone Reggie out of that entire team fight. And they still came out on the losing end. No Soul Shackles was in that team fight. No one got Black Shielded. There was no Tormented Soil. There was no nothing. And they still lost it. That looks dire for them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Nunu Galio together ultimate, though. That just looked fan-diddly-astic.
Fan-diddly-tastic. I like it a lot. Now, there's no Oracles right now on TSM, so they're not going to be able to spot the... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Mundo is pretty much the same color as Oracle, and I wasn't paying too close of attention. So they're going to take down these wards in the jungle. Right now they're just clearing wards in the enemy jungle, and they're going to go ahead and probably do a Baron right after all these wards are clear. Very important to eliminate enemy vision of where you're at when you start Baron, when you pull away from Baron, when you're baiting, all that kind of stuff. But this should be an easy Baron for TSM. TSM.Evo should try something. They've really got nothing to lose at this point. You know, they're down a lot of kills. They're down a lot of gold. They need to try something right here, just all or nothing. You know, push all of your chips in.
Ooh,
But RoG just zoning so effectively. He knows exactly the path they're going to take, and he's going to use that to his advantage, landing Dark Bindings on the important members. There's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow onto Saucy. The Soul Shackles will be on 2 members of TSM.Evo. Jax does get out of the way of the secondary active. Baron was DPS so fast that they were able to take that down before TSM.Evo could get there with the zoning of RoG. Wow, such good plays by him right there. He just zoned an entire 5-man team while his team was just like, all right, yeah, we'll just get Baron. That's cool. No big deal. Wow, those Dark Bindings have been crucial.
They've been really good. They've been spot on. I mean, you know, we started off the game, and Nat was standing there, and RoG barely missed it, and everyone's like, oh, RoG's so bad. But then look at him go. It doesn't even matter. Oh, he missed a binding. Worst guy ever? No. He's amazing. Look at him. He's doing so well. Like, props to RoG on landing that because he's really leading his team into battle right now.
Yep. They've already taken down middle inhibitor. They're going to go ahead and take this inhibitor turret up top, followed shortly thereafter by the top inhibitor. Wings of Death does get hit by the Dark Binding. No Soul Shackles for the next 20 seconds, so I don't think TSM wants to hard engage there just yet. They're just going to clear the waves, let the top and middle turret, middle push. Oh, and look at that. Perfect timing. That bot turret has a big, juicy creep wave down there. It doesn't really matter even though, because Odd One has so much health right now. He has a Warmog, Spirit Visage, Heart of Gold. He can tank just about anything, especially with his Mundo ultimate. Dyrus, same way, so beefy. He's got the Rylai's with the Giant's Belt in it. He has the Will of the Ancients to sustain himself. And he's just, he's Vladimir. He's got the Crimson Pact passive that is really, really strong. TSM going to take this, and siege this all day. You know, that's the strength of Baron. Percentage-based health and mana regen? Sure, we'll sit at your turret for hours. We really do not care. Especially when your mid and top are pushing so hard with Superman.
They got the Doba inhibitors. This is basically going to be a free bottom. I mean, they can't really do much. They might have to... Oh, there's Reginald going to be initiating. He is going to get that. Now Binding's going to actually land, so they are going to be able to just back away and take this inhibitor.
But they just forced a lot of flashes right there.
They forced tons.
Ton of flashes. You know, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow missed, the secondary of Soul Shackles missed, but that's okay. They have... TSM.Evo has no inhibitors. They're down 13 kills. They're down like 17k gold. It's
looking rough.
It's TSM's game to lose right now. You know, they're in the driver's seat, and they're taking the Evo to paint down. You know,
they're taking him to second place.
Yeah,
is essentially what's happening right now. They really proved their dominance this match, and just showed we're here to win. We are the team to beat. What are you guys gonna do about it? And they are pushing in here. Ooh, can't really do much. They're going to take the tower. Odd One just tanking that tower. Not really giving. And he cares. He doesn't care at all. He's just going to sit there and tank it. There's nothing they can really do. They're just zoned. I think they know that the inevitable defeat is actually coming in. But no, we're going to actually have a team fight. Especially actually blowing the team out, not being able to do anything. Salt's getting his ultimate off. Nuna getting his fully ultimate. Oh my god. That was some great action there. Tons of damage going out. TSM getting so low. This is in this last-ditch effort for Evo to come back and try to win, but the inhibitor is getting so low, and that is going to be your finals. TSM is your final winning champions. Congratulations to them. They have won the $10,000, and I bet they are just ecstatic about it.
I bet they are as well. We are excited to have been witness and bearers to those games. Very exciting games of League of Legends. I'm glad that the two matches that went to 3 games were all today.
Yeah, you know? That's good.
Really good matches today.
Best of
impressive performance by Absolute Legends, or Curse EU, and Teamless this morning. Great games from TSM and TSM.Evo. And now, you know, let the TSM Prime comments are better than TSM.Evo.
I knew it all
Reddit
along.
posts
I knew it all along.
Yeah.
You guys got to remember, these are 2 top teams. They beat out everybody to get here. They beat out the top 2 tier European teams.
Yeah.
To get to the top first and second place. You can't say anyone's bad. There should be no bad calling right here. These guys played it great, and one team has to win. One team has to win.
I do not think that you know, anyone thinks that TSM.Evo is a bad team for losing this. You know,
no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't at all.
This was just kind of who is better. You know, And anyone can beat anyone on any given day. But this was TSM's day. They're $10,000 richer. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break with an interview with Dyrus, who just walked in.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back in just a
The
second.
Pillow Man himself.